The weather continues to make news across our country tonight in the form of this latest blast of frigid air covering a large part of the nations, bringing dangerous and now deadly conditions. We want to get the very latest tonight from NBC meteorologist Dylan Dreyer, who's here in New York. Dylan, good evening.
Good evening, Brian. Nearly half the country right now is under some sort of wind chill warning or advisory, and this extreme cold is causing very hazardous travel conditions that have already turned deadly in places.
You are looking down at an absolutely horrible accident.
In Indiana this afternoon, a multi-vehicle accident that shut down a major highway near Michigan City. The crash involved 15 semis, and first responders are still searching through the wreckage. Low visibility paralyzed drivers after a record-setting storm blasted the region with up to 12 inches of snow. So much snow, you could see it from space. Blame it on an Arctic air mass that has settled in over the Midwest and Northeast. Minus 17 in Minneapolis, minus 20 in Fargo, and a staggering negative 36 in International Falls, Minnesota.
It is really cold. Bone chilling.
In West Bridgewater, Massachusetts, below zero temperatures froze fire hydrants so cold the water from the hoses instantly turned to ice. In New York, the Hudson River was transformed into a giant floating ice field. You have the fresh water in the Adirondacks frozen in upstate New York. It breaks off, then flows down the Hudson River. But with this persistent northwest wind, all of that ice has now been trapped in place. Those traveling by air didn't fare any better. More than 400 flights canceled today, bringing the number to 35,000 just 23 days into the year. In Minnesota and Nebraska, school closings for days straight. In Ohio, several districts are already maxed out on snow days.
This has been a winter for the record books. In the last 2 years, we only had one snow day all year. This year, we are only midway through January and have already hit 5.
Now, parts of southeastern Texas are bracing for an ice storm tonight and early tomorrow morning. And as for this bitter air, it could get even worse next week for people already suffering so much from the cold. Brian?
Dylan Dreyer, Midtown Manhattan for us tonight. Dylan, thanks.